For more than a year, parents across Metro Detroit have made their voices heard surrounding virtual and in-person learning. While those conversations are often emotionally charged, parent Elena Dinverno believes Rochester Community Schools has now gone too far.
The board did not like what they were hearing and took actions to try to chill people's speech, to chill people's right to speak out. That's our concern.
Attorney Deborah Gordon represents Dinverno and recently filed this federal lawsuit. It says starting last summer, Dinverno was among several parents who posted in Facebook groups advocating for the district to safely reopen. Then in the fall, the lawsuit alleges school board president Kristen Bull called Dinverno's former boss at Blake's Hard Cider Company.
Her employer was contacted, and we have information that the employers of other parents were also contacted. As it turned out, my client lost her job.
Gordon claims Dinverno had a good record at work, and the school board's retaliation didn't stop there.
She received, actually, a cease and desist letter, which is the first time I've seen a cease and desist letter be issued to a citizen by the government. And so they have actually hired a lawyer at taxpayer dollars to send a letter to my client as well as to others who have said critical things about them.
A statement from Blake says they were unable to comment because they weren't named in the lawsuit. However, this incident has caused a great deal of disturbance to our operations with incoming threatening calls, emails, and social media posts against our property and employees. Meanwhile, a spokesperson for Rochester Community Schools calls the allegations false and unfounded. The district says they can't get into detail, citing pending litigation, but a statement from them says in part, nothing about this pandemic has been routine, easy, or predictable. We've all wanted the same thing during this once-in-a-century pandemic, to get our children back to in-person instruction with as much of a normal routine as possible, but we had to do so in a safe and healthy way.
Your employer doesn't have to allow you to say and do whatever you want on his time or her time, but it's a far different matter when there's a government board that is running a public school district on taxpayer money to tell you that you cannot voice your opinion. And this is our concern here.
In Rochester Hills, Veronica Meadows, Fox 2 News.
A Fox 13 News investigation has uncovered name-calling, insults, profanity, and general dysfunction within the Salt Lake City School Board. Some of it has been public during meetings to discuss the district's response to COVID-19, but not all of it. Fox 13's Adam Herbetz joins us now with what we've found.
Well, Kelly, Salt Lake City is still Utah's only public school district that is online only. No kids allowed in the classroom. The records we've reviewed show the COVID-19 debate has led to some unprofessional and possibly unethical behavior by school board members. The Salt Lake City School District has 7 board members, but only a few were willing to speak to Fox 13 about the messages they thought would remain private.
I'm sorry about that. Catherine needs to leave on what we're talking about.
But I'd like to end this meeting now.
Some parents have complained about a lack of professionalism at meetings.
I've seen the chat. I've seen myself get roasted in the chat.
Okay, let's not.
This is an important part. This is.
One parent decided to take it a step further.
What's going on behind the scenes that we're not being told?
Raina Williams, who has 5 children in the district, filed a public records request asking for copies of school board emails and text messages. Together, we read hundreds of them.
I can't believe you went through all those emails.
And some stood out more than others. I'll let you read it because there's some words not appropriate for church.
You gotta be kidding me.
On July 21st, Catherine Kennedy was upset when the board meeting didn't end on time.
We've never stopped at a hard stop when we put on.
Instead of leaving early, she started typing a colorful message to board president Melissa Ford.
I would never talk that way about colleagues or clients.
I mean, if that's the language she uses to express herself, then evidently she need to go back to school and get some more English words that she can use without using filth.
I move that we adjourn now.
With that, the meeting ended just a few weeks before the start of school, but still no reopening plan for more than 20,000 kids and their parents to start getting ready. During that same meeting, board member Mike Nemelka wasn't texting.
I'm technology illiterate. I don't send text to anybody.
But he was playing solitaire.
I'm not going to lie, I just sure I did, but I knew what was going on. Playing solitaire is no different than those guys in there texting while they're listening to what's going on.
Records show board members Nate Salazar and Sam Hansen exchanged at least 200 text messages, often complaining about parents or principals who disagree with their opinion to keep students online.
I'm frustrated that a decision hasn't been made yet.
One of their targets was Jared Wright, the principal of West High.
Gosh, guys, that's just so backhanded. Jared Wright was the principal of two of my sons. He has an excellent reputation.
In some cases, they don't respect the principals at all.
Mike Nemelka's biggest concern has to do with emails, especially the ones that were intentionally sent to everyone except him.
Thought you might be interested in an additional set of school safety concerns. I have not bothered to send it to Mr. Nemelka since I doubt he will be receptive.
That's clearly against district policy, and Nemelka believes it's also a violation of Utah's Open and Public Meetings Act, a state law that is supposed to stop elected officials from privately colluding on public policy. The penalty is a Class B misdemeanor.
I was taught this the very first year I was there. You can't even send an email to 4 people.
It's pretty obvious from watching the board meetings that anytime Michael tries to speak, he's kind of written off.
Masks do the job.
Do you think that there are things missing?
Yes, absolutely.
3 of the board members did not supply complete text messages.
Are you Michelle?
Yeah.
My name's Adam. I'm with Fox 13 with the news.
Hi.
Michelle Tuitupo says that's because she typically deletes her messages, which she started doing even before joining the school board. Nate Salazar and Catherine Kennedy have ignored multiple requests for comment.
They need to be very transparent of what's going on. I tried to get along with them all, but they just don't think the same way I think.
We reached out to the spokesperson for the Salt Lake City School District. She referred us to the employee handbook, which indicates there are likely multiple violations here. Otherwise, the district would not comment. You can read all of the messages between board members that we've received on fox13now.com. Reporting in studio, Adam Herbets, Fox 13 News, Utah.
So, Patricia, you're one of the quote-unquote Washougal moms who are here tonight at the Washougal Safeway, and you're here with a bunch of other people bringing your grievances and your frustrations to the public because you feel like you're getting shut out of the educational process, really the legislative process at the school board in Washougal. So tell us about what tonight is and what these grievances are all about.
Okay. Tonight's all about since after the event on May 11th, 2 days after that event, so May 13th, the school district came out with a notice stating that due to COVID-19, that all public meetings would be moved to Zoom only until further notice. So obviously we're still in this until further notice. And so a part of that is you have to send an email to their admin. You have to register to actually speak at the public meeting, which is against the law. You are not allowed to ask for names, have people sign in, etc., etc. So we decided instead, since the school board members want to stay in their homes and hide from the public, we decided to come out here at the corner of Evergreen and 32nd and bring our signs out and just rally for the people, we the people, educate people on what's going on with our school district, with our school board members, let them know what's going on with these curriculums, and also educating them on our constitutional rights. I think we've done America a huge disservice because we don't teach people their rights anymore, right?
So the rights that you're decrying right now are that you have been shut out of the process at the Washougal School Board for at least 15 months, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Because of the pandemic?
Yeah.
And you're saying that the the Zoom meetings are inadequate.
Yes, they're not adequate. Absolutely.
Okay. And you're suggesting in your grievances, and you're encouraging other people to file grievances on your behalf to bring their rights back into the process. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So where are you going now?
Well, because again, like, we the people, we hold all the power. They're our elected officials, right? And they are not listening to us. They are not allowing us to be heard, right? They are not addressing our grievances as we the people to our issues of what they're trying to bring into our school district. So from
Such
that,
as what?
Such as, okay, so still holding the mask mandates on our children.
Okay.
Holding vaccine clinics at our elementary school.
That's been done in Washougal.
Yes, it has. Absolutely, and they're getting ready to do another one. As well,
were you informed
theory.
about those clinics before they happened?
Oh, they're posted like on their district site.
But you weren't emailed or no phone calls or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
Nothing like that.
So what else is going on with the grievances?
Also, like I was stating, critical race theory, which is under the guise of equity and diversity. And, we're also having issues with comprehensive sexual education.
Okay.
So under the guise of all those things, as we the people, we have issues with every one of those, and even more, minute things and fallouts from all of that. So therefore, we petitioned the people, and we had 70 signed and notarized affidavits, sent certified mail officially, putting the superintendent, vice superintendent, and all 5 school board members on notice of our grievances.
And you want to accomplish what with that?
Well, actually, that was to put on either, they could rebuke those grievances of we the people, so they could tell us how they're going to change or what they're going to do about it.
And that was sent how many days ago?
Or not. 4.
Okay, and you gave them 72 hours to respond?
Yes.
And they have not responded yet?
No, they have not.
So what's your next recourse?
So from there, we will actually put them on notice since they did not officially respond under law. Then that, in the court of law, that is those affidavits on their maladministration holds true. So there's no denying their charges and our grievances and laws that they violated for we the people. So then from there, we're going to proceed forward with that.
So what's your end goal, Patricia, with these affidavits, with these grievances? You have 70 plus sent to them already, no response. What do you want to happen next?
Oh, they're going to be held responsible.
Well, what does that mean?
That means that we're going to hold them accountable for their maladministration and not listening to we the people, the taxpayers, the voters in this.
Is it an effort to start to open up the meetings to the public and have them in person? Is that one of your goals?
That's a part of it.
Okay.
Also, they're probably, removing these policies, removing the mask mandates on our children, and probably some of them, their resignations are removed.
So you want to have them either resign, be removed, put in some policies that you agree more with? Do you feel like you have this general support of the public in Washougal? Do you have enough support by the numbers to make these things happen?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I think so, yes.
Okay. And so tonight's demonstration is basically to tell the school board and the leadership at Washougal that we are communicating because we don't have any other way to do it because you're not listening to us. Is that what's happening tonight?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. So in the next few days, are you going to do any more of these kinds of rallies? Are you going to try to meet with them face to face?
Well, actually, we do. We have a community member that is actually reaching out to them and asking them if they are so strong and stand behind their policies and everything that they're putting in place for our Washougal School District. We are going to be asking them to come out in public. Then come debate that with us. Come debate that with we the people, like why you feel that you think you are more righteous in making these moves for our children than us.
Would it be more simple to pull them out of school completely? Would that meet your end goal?
Well, I mean, of course that's an easy game, but we're talking about all children.
About all children,
right?
Okay, so you're
Not
doing
just
this.
one or two.
So you're doing this for a greater purpose, then.
Yes.
Okay. Now, do you think Mary or Aaron or the others will actually have a face-to-face meeting with you? Have you asked for that?
We are asking for that.
Okay. And they've not responded yet.
No, they have not responded. And honestly, I don't believe they will.
Okay.
They always want everything like one-on-one.
Okay. And have they agreed to a one-on-one?
Oh, with us? No.
Okay.
They haven't reached out to us in any capacity.
There's been no communication then?
No.
Okay, so that's frustrating.
Yeah.
Okay, people want to be heard, correct?
Yep.
Okay,
Absolutely.
now with this group, there's a national movement happening about school boards. Do you feel like you're part of that, or do you have your own set of issues right here in Washougal that are important to you?
Gosh, I think both. I think this is a national issue that we're dealing with.
It's organic, isn't it?
Absolutely. But then I also think we didn't realize in Washougal that we were having the same issues that we are seeing nationally.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
Or I didn't anyway until I tried to go to a public board meeting.
Right.
And then I learned very quickly how big our issues are.
And you're a veteran, right?
Yes, I am.
Which service again?
I served in the United States Navy.
That's right. And you were lieutenant, correct?
No, I was not.
Okay. Sorry, I messed that up.
That's okay. A lot of people say we're,
Okay, got it. So going forward, these grievances have been filed and you have not heard back from them, and you're just going to take next steps as you see them.
Absolutely.
Great. Thank you, Patricia.
Yeah, thank you.